There's been a big movement in the music world away from gigs at traditional venues and towards having concerts in people's homes. We call it the house concert. Wanna keep you in my mouth like a secret. As intimate as house concerts are, lately I've been feeling like maybe they're not quite intimate enough.
Come on in. Make yourselves at home or car, whatever.
I'm starving. What time is she starting anyway?
Artists are always late.
Have you seen Susie play before?
I have. I saw her at a house concert.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna take I'm like hot.
Hi, welcome.
Hey guys.
Nashville, known worldwide as a serious music city. We say, would it kill you to laugh a little?
Coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee, it's live from Little Hollywood.
Featuring Caitlin Cannon, Alice Wallace, Gina Barabash, Stuffy Schmidt.
This week's guests, Shane Whalen and Mason Caviness.
And now your hosts, Scott Sachs and Gina Frary-Bacon.
Oh yeah.
I want to sing along with Sam's tunes. Keep going, Sam.
House band Sam. I see you have another one of those beers next to you, House band Sam.
Yeah. It is
Oh, that's the reason for looping it. You can loop the guitar and then reach for your beer. Can we see that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Let me
Now I understand why the loop was invented.
let me find
Wow, I want to loop a whole set and just sit at the bar.
Yeah, let me crank this up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the Kings of Leon.
Kings of Leon have a beer?
Yeah, it's called the Neon Leon. That's kind of infringing on the Neon Moon.
Neon light would be good because, you know, that's a thing. Neon lights.
Right. We should do that. Official beer of live
Yeah.
in Little Hollywood.
All right, go back to playing guitar. In the Beatles, the Beatles' first U.S. visit. Have you ever seen that? It's before like YouTube just showed everything, but it's sort of the real version of Hard Day's Night. It's like the real thing. And there's this shot of McCartney in all the Beatles in the limousine, and they're listening to the radio, and they're saying the Beatles are going to recite their own poetry. And McCartney's like, we are? Like, if they're talking about something that's going to happen, and the Beatles had no idea what they're talking about. And McCartney goes, we ain't written no poetry.
Oh, but they have.
And then they're making fun of people that say, which came first, the words or the music?
Well, that's a perfect introduction to the guests we have today.
Well, that's just how professional I am.
That was really good, Scott. Perfect segue.
You shouldn't be so surprised.
I just thought you were, going off into left field again.
I'm here.
You were in the right field.
Yeah. I'm in the correct field.
The correct field.
Hey, coach, you want me in the left field or the correct field? Am I right? Hey. I was up since like 5 a.m, thinking about this.
Yeah.
And on my way here, I came up with something that I'm like really excited about. Okay, you know how like everybody's like, she's this and she's that and she's she's, okay?
She's?
Yeah, like one word. Not like SHEEZ, but like she's, like she is. So it's like a she's.
That sounds like. Can I stop you? Yeah. It sounds a little like cheese. It just sounds like cheese. So
Cheese.
I'm already.
Yeah, all right, so go ahead. I threw the ball to you.
We have Shane Whalen from American Songwriter and his Mason Caviness. Caviness, I hope I'm saying that right, who won the American Songwriter Lyric Contest, which is just lyrics. It's not a song contest. It's a lyric contest.
I want to write politically incorrect instrumentals.
Interesting. I'm kind of fascinated by the instrumentals, like the Ventures and the Searchers. They'll have a song called like Barracuda.
Yeah.
How do they come up with that? Or the Pickle?
Yeah.
How do they decide that the song is?
I see penis with both titles there. There was a long time where that was all we had.
Oh, so they're all euphemisms for
Yeah.
sex and body parts. Yeah.
I think I can speak for every man. Let's make cheese a good thing. How about she's not cheesy? She's not cheesy. I'm excited about today's episode because we're going to get into it.
We are.
Yeah, so...
Should we get into it?
Yeah, let's get into it. Let's go to a commercial. Do we have any commercials? Can I do the commercial? Hi. I'm me. Buy me. Would you like to buy me? I'm for sale. I, limited time. And, I'll give you my opinion round the clock. I'm the opinionator. ScottSacks.word, net, and com.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks so much for having
We're
me.
so excited
in
to
your
have
car.
you. Come on in.
Talia, you have a great car.
Well, thank you very much.
Really
to Lincoln.
nice. That's really nice. Yeah, thanks. This is gonna be perfect.
Absolutely. It's got great acoustics.
Yeah, it should, right?
Yeah, the sound's gonna bounce off very nicely.
I need to like tune my guitar and kind of get ready. Is there somewhere I can just go like set myself
Yeah,
up?
there's
Do you have
actually a green room in the back.
Oh, cool. All right.
It's pretty cool. This is like my third one.
This is my first.
This isn't that much smaller than a regular green room.
This is great because I like to go out, but I like to stay in too.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah, definitely. Tired of going out.
yeah. So you can like go out and you know, you can stay in. Like someone says, "Did you go out?" And I go, "Yeah."
Who do we have here? Shane Whalen.
Shane Whalen.
That's me.
That's a cool name. Also, Estes, Shane, your official. What's your official? Like, if you were to drop dead right now, and we had to who do we report?
Estes Shane Whalen.
Okay,
Is deceased.
Yeah, that's hard to say. You're never gonna die because who can pronounce Estes deceased? Yeah.
And
What's
for a
the
long
other
time,
word? Go ahead, sorry.
You had a big shaggy beard. I'm still getting used to you not having the big shaggy
I know.
beard.
I just had it again. I just cut it coming back from LA, from NAMM.
Oh, you went out to NAMM.
Yeah, I had to I had to cut
I don't make anybody cut.
Yeah, I had to cut the anthrax off a little bit, like, before I actually
Yeah,
got
it was a
it.
petri dish this year. Everybody I know that was there got really
Yeah, I actually am the only one I know that did not get sick. So
Wow.
I'm going with that.
Yeah.
I'm going with that.
I think that
But that's
helped.
where I brought back this weird power. Ever since I got back from LA, everything else I've been destroying.
Wait, that's what. Oh yeah, Dusty Wakeman was that? You know Dusty Wakeman?
Yeah.
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 Our microphones are from Mojave Audio.
I love Mojave, man.
I know, right?
Thank you,
I
Mojave.
have I got their 1000. I think I have their number 4. Doesn't work right now, but you know, we'll get that back on.
Yeah, that's the downside of the microphones. They don't work often.
Sometimes.
What? Cut.
So you are the person. It sounds like you're the person that keeps the lights on at American Songwriter, as far as like activating I don't really like the word community. It sounds corny to me, but the community.
That's
of
in the title, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did I say corny?
Corny's good.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, titles are kind of irrelevant.
I know.
Irrelevant at the company, but
Yeah.
I actually named myself, and I'm not really a director of community. I wanted to imply that we have this huge body of work, right? So we have this 10,000 people inside of a membership. We had over 60,000 people enter a contest last year.
Wow, that's huge.
And we've actually launched a shop now. So we actually have merchandise, and so that's the community. But it really could probably translate to revenue.
Yeah.
Like if you buy something from American Songwriter, I am ultimately responsible for that.
where do you keep the gold records? Your gold records. I like to have those. I've been I was in a session last week, and the guy had like the gold records right on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
So you felt like you were 2 feet from stardom.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean,
It's a lot of
any
responsibility.
money changing hands at all for anything under the creative moniker is you should get a lifetime achievement award. That's because we're all trying to do that.
No
Teach
doubt.
us your ways.
Well,
So good.
What time is she going on?
Want anybody?
Is this what?
I know
What
what
is
it looks
this?
like. I know what it looks like. It's fruit juice. It's blended fruit juice because you can't drink alcohol in the car.
Drink. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's a downside then. The car content.
It's really good. It's good for you.
It's like prune. Is it prune?
thing is, I tried music full time for about 12 years, and now I'm making up for that time.
Yeah.
Like,
It's nice when you're helping other people with it.
yeah, I mean,
Which is
that's
nice.
that's honestly like the position now. I mean, I've had so many random experiences, but the idea that like all of my variety of experiences can be dedicated to driving revenue for the organization, because that is my job. But in the face of creating opportunities for artists, it's a cool spot to be.
Yeah, very
And
great.
do you ever? My wife's a cardiologist, and she has to decide who gets a heart and who doesn't.
Okay.
You know, one of those jobs. Cinnabon, very similar. They
Yeah.
Or even hit record on the voice memo and do a song, like go in the bathroom and do a song.
And
be
like you were at Capitol Records recording.
Yeah, like
that's clever.
This album was recorded.
That's clever. So no one could call you a liar or even cheesy.
No, and they call me both.
They decide. They
I mean,
decide.
you run out.
They decide. They decide who's going to have heart disease and who doesn't. You know?
Right.
Second Cinnabon, you know, and so sometimes the person, and so it's judged on often, you know, who's taking care of themselves and who, you know, it's kind of like who deserves a heart.
Ooh.
Of all the people.
Right.
Because if you're like doing coke, I mean, it's a lot of drugs that wasn't aware of that. So somebody will be up for getting
So maybe you're a little
heart.
lower on the list if you do things that
No, you will. You can get
endanger
it's
your
like
heart.
getting disqualified. So when 60,000 people send in their lyrics, does their career or anything affect anything at all, or is it just judged on those words?
Ooh, interesting question.
So the 60,000, you break that into two. So that was probably about 28,000 lyrics. The rest were full songs.
That's so many. How do you read that many?
I don't. But I have, so the system that I put in place is every song or lyric is read and or heard by a professional songwriter. So them working for us is actually their side gig. Their primary is they write songs, they're in the system, they have cuts. That's their full-time gig.
You're talking about the judges.
Well, no, actually the screeners.
The screener.
So before we
that's
even
amazing.
so my goal was always to make sure people who actually do the thing are helping the thing, right? So they do the heavy lifting, and I've created a scoring system and I've asked them to be pretty conservative, but basically anything of some worth will go to the next level, and then we kind of pivot the table around. And so, you know, lyrics that you didn't read, now you will. And that gets another filter. And so by the time they kind of come to us, they've gone through a screening, and now they're all have merit on some level.
Yeah.
How do I choose who gets the heart? You have to have strong opinions, and you have to have a passion for music. And I don't know that I always get it right, or my team gets it right, but
Could be. It sounds like a tough
It's
gig.
really-
I mean, I've been doing it for about 10 years, and there are a few simple things that I always take away, especially on the song side. Do I ever want to hear that again?
Yeah.
Is there anything about the journey of that song that I want to go and repeat?
Right,
and
because our
revisit?
favorite albums are.
You never
we
get
want to hear
tired
them
of it.
again and again.
Yeah.
And if they happen to be in styles of music that I will adamantly profess I am not an expert in, then I will have other people around me that can lean into that and ask themselves the same question. But anytime someone like says, I really love this song, it's like, would you want to hear it again? And if they go, yes, then I want to hear it.
All right, let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Susie Brown. Woo! Welcome.
Hey guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let me just move these out of the way for
Oh,
you.
thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice spot you got.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank
This
you.
is great.
Yeah. Make yourself at home.
This is my first car concert.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah, so far I love it.
Incidentally, mine too.
Really?
Yeah.
thought it would be.
Yeah. Could you guys like put your cell phones on silent, please?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is there
that
a
would be
call
good.
mode? I don't know if we're gonna be able to hear it back here from.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Dahlia, do you have any more of these?
This is so good. I don't know. I was at a car concert last week, and it was like
My heart's as heavy as
I don't know. It was a lot roomier.
Miss you, long and lonely winter. And this silence is loud than any word you ever said.
Things all have have a playlist going while I'm actually doing work, and just like I would with music that organically
I'm glad
vibe
you
with.
mentioned that, because it really, there's such a different experience between planning what you're going to listen to and it just happening and
Yeah.
you're not expecting it, which is like Spotify is amazing. I play it every day, and I do listen to records too, but obviously I'm in the car. Oh, I want to hear that. It's not the same.
No.
It's weird. Like Petty's Wildflowers. It's by far, everybody's just like, okay, that's like a masterpiece. But it's like just like a little not as magical when you go, burn, I want to listen to that, and that comes on. But if you're in a restaurant and that song comes on, you're just like, yo, stop talking. I want to just dig on this song right now.
I think there's something in your subconscious that's also feeding you the positive or negative of your experience. So this particular song wasn't pulling me away from what I was doing. So it was nice, but if it had just stopped right then, I probably would have been like, yeah, there's probably better songs. But it kind of kept me going. And then I don't know what these guys did. It was like 4:15 mark. He and the producer just decided to go, you know what, screw it. Let's just take this song to the moon. And like the production gets crazy. He starts singing crazy emo. Like it's like I'm sitting there now, all of a sudden I'm not working, and
So
I'm
it
going
got
like,
you.
it totally did. And it goes on that run for like 2.5 minutes. So it ends right at 6 minutes, which in today's marketplace is like illegal.
Yeah. That's like side 2 of All Things Must Pass.
It is. And
Wow.
so I immediately, another gentleman that I work with and I've been friends with for a long time, we work together in other places, I immediately go, Ryan, you have to listen to this, and just don't just listen to it. And he was like saying, that is a perfect album ending track. In the sense that, like, if you were really into it, you would probably go all the way back to the beginning of the album just to get to that roller coaster that they brought you on.
And so the songs that you're listening to, you're not looking for a hit, you're looking for greatness.
I'm looking for stories. And with that many songs, there might be 10 that are kind of telling the same story equally as well. But I might pick one that doesn't tell it like that because it uniquely says something a little bit different. I mean, ultimately for my judges, and those are the artists and the industry executives we have on our panel, I want to give them 25 songs that all stand on their own for their own merit.
When you say songs, lyrics primarily.
Well, so we have a song contest and a lyric contest, and I actually just launched a talent contest, and I'm about to launch a hip hop contest in a month. So for whatever reason on this planet, I'm one of probably 3 or 4 people that know contests better than anybody. And
that's no contest.
Yeah.
When it comes to contests.
Can we get a picture of you and me before we leave today? And like we do a tic-tac?
If there's time, yeah. I bet we could do it. What time is it?
Because I don't think people listen to, I heard they don't even listen to music anymore. They just want to know it's being written.
I worked under a lady who's done it for 25 years.
Yeah.
And
was she very large? What do you mean under? Was it a large one? Were you stuck?
No, I mean, she's a challenge.
How could I get a job like that?
She's a challenging person.
What are things that have mass appeal? 2 come to mind for me. NASCAR and adult superstores.
You got a NASCAR, I got a ticket. You got a NASCAR, I got a ticket on the way here. You got a flat tire.
9:59, just so you know, just getting it out there.
But she's very, very bright and very driven and had been very successful. And I saw like all the experiments they did. And honestly, when I came over to Songwriter, they had an opening in contest, and that was, at the time, that was like the last thing I wanted to continue to do. But I saw the opportunity to do something that I hadn't done elsewhere.
My friends are expecting. I'm supposed to post the song after the sesh. Can you say sesh? Like I heard with San Francisco. Because San Francisco, I heard you can't call it Frisco.
Yes, we get a lot of great songs, and yes, you get to pat writers on the back and say, good job, keep it up. But I wasn't really able to change anyone's career.
Yeah, which isn't enough, really.
It's not my responsibility, but it is one of my pursuits.
It would wake me up in the middle of the night, for real. I'd be like, well, God, he's probably like, well, so now what? You know, like about the person that won or something.
Yeah, but now, like, with some of the things I'm orchestrating and bringing to market this year, I feel like for the first time in those 10 years that I will have a direct material impact on people's career. Now, where they take it from there is up to them. They're already doing the work. I mean...
Are you Americana, like with the Americana or like Americana?
Well, I like Americana meets ethnic. So it's like ethnic.
African Americana. Let's give me that Americana feel. Give me that sort of, you know, those songs where you don't know what they're talking about, but it seems like they really mean it.
The one thing I would also tell everybody, because there's always this sort of conflict with contest and music, and you know, there's kind of like that vibe. Like, anyone that sells you at the finish line is full of shit. I would never do that.
Yeah. You mean tells you...
Like, if you don't enter this thing, or the only reason this person was successful is because they want that, all of that is nonsense.
They always say it doesn't matter who you're related to, just ask Frank Sinatra Jr.
Yeah, exactly.
But speaking of winners and losers, hey, can we get like the worst one? Do you ever get the worst? You know, in Philadelphia Magazine had the best and worst of Philly. And it was so, my mom loved the worst list. They would just tear apart restaurants, and it was horrible. But we're going to bring on the winner of last year's
Lyric contest.
And that's Mason Caviness.
Correct.
He's the most Caviness person in here.
The Caviness studio.
Yeah. Let's, what?
A lot of people have been saying that.
Now, people are talking. Let's go to commercial and see if anybody wants to buy me. We'll bring him on.
Raise the sunroof.
After all these years of loving you, living you come down. When you find something to sing, I'll be. Oh my God! Can you get my picture? Oh yeah, sure.
So good.
Can we get a picture? Yeah, this could totally work. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
That's good. It's like you really.
It'd be a great Instagram.
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome.
Yeah.
I have some vinyl.
How much for the vinyl?
I'd love to keep in touch with you all. This is my mailing list. We'll just pass that around.
Yeah, for sure. I just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So good.
Woohoo! So good. Oh my God, that was awesome. I'm so happy.
Thank you.
Yes. Sort of the whole life cycle. Right. You know?
A little sparser because everybody's on this side of the camera.
It's like birth to death. You know, when you're born, everybody crowds around the little baby crib. And then you die, they're like, oh, you send flowers. Because who wants to, I don't know. I'd be freaked out. Like, if there's more than 3 people on the bed where there's a rumor it's my deathbed, I'm going to get really I would get too nervous. The more people, I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm really dying, aren't I?
But you may not die because you may be too nervous too.
Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah.
That might,
You know, my biggest fear is dying while playing a 7th chord. You know, never.
Unresolved.
An unresolved.
I swear I thought you were about to say banjo.
That works too.
I got such a bad
It's a
rap.
recurring
It really
nightmare
does.
for
I
a
mean,
lot of-
I like a banjo. It does get a bad rap.
when properly applied.
So we got who applies a banjo? That's too nice of a word. Right? You apply ointment. You don't apply a banjo. Gina, tell the people who are watching and listening about Mason Caviness.
Mason Caviness is last year's winner of the American Songwriter Lyric Contest. Congratulations. Happy to have you here.
Glad to be here.
And the song, was it Long Line of Cars?
Long Line of Cars, that's right.
And had you ever won anything before? Oh, I have my glasses on again. Had you ever won?
Is there a bathroom?
Yeah, I know. She was really nice in person.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Susie Brown was so amazing. You know, I almost peed myself in the car.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
I got a picture. I got a picture. Oh, I know. She did.
Susie Brown was great. I really felt like she was singing to me from her heart in the car.
Heartstrings is one of my favorite songs. It really tugs at my heartstrings, and it's the first song I ever heard by Susie Brown, so I was so happy that she played it.
Susie Brown is so amazing live. It's such a great place to see a concert in a car. I can't believe no one's thought of this sooner. It's ridiculous.
She's a car former.
done anything before?
No, I don't think so.
So that's like a cajillion times the excitement, right?
It was wild, yeah.
What made you want to enter that song? Did you know that it was really special?
And is it the first time you entered?
It was, yeah.
Nice.
It was, yeah. I had written that song a couple months before, and I guess it was September, I think. Written the song, and I knew I wanted to put it out eventually and let people hear it. And me and a buddy were recording it and listening back to mixes, and I was just kind of absentmindedly scrolling through Facebook, and an ad for the contest came up.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and
how much was that ad? Did you boost it? Does it work?
I spent a lot of money last year on ads.
I always dawdle between the $10 and $12 mark.
Yeah.
And it says you'll reach 6 to 8 people, and I'm like, all right.
It jumps exponentially, yeah. When you
what?
spend like $5 more, it jumps a lot.
I know. But so does my wife when she keeps seeing how much I spend. She jumps a lot.
So it's kind of an accident. It came up and you said, what the heck, I'll just do it?
Yeah, I think it was, the songs, it means a lot to me personally and my family and stuff. And so by listening to those mixes, I think I was just kind of in the mindset of really believing in it. And I thought, yeah, what the heck? And the fact that it was a lyric contest really... since I didn't have a full recording of it, it was like, well...
It was ready to go.
Yeah, I guess I have no reason not to, so...
Well, sure worked out for you.
It did.
Now, is it a driving song, Long Line of Cars, that makes me think of?
Oh...
Well, driving if you're driving to your grave.
Yeah.
That's the theme today, isn't it?
He's writing the words, I'm just recording it.
Right, exactly. I guess you could listen to it when you're driving. You might get a little sad, but, you can listen to
sad is trending.
Songs like cars, because so much of our life happens in cars. You know, heavy times, happy times.
Here in my car, I go, Dana. For a long time, I thought that was Randy Newman. I'm like, he's not that good a songwriter.
So, Shane, what about that song jumped out, or maybe not jumped out?
No,
why did that rise to the top?
It actually did, because that was the first lyric contest that I was screening the final results. I don't know, I read it. A lot of these lyrics, you read it, you kind of get lost in the sauce. Like, you can't hear it, you can't see it. That one, I saw it. Yeah. I saw the story, I could hear it in my head, having no concept of what the structure, what he was going for.
Yeah, if you have to put work into it as a listener or a reader, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. There are songs that just, even if you don't understand it on some level, you get it, it's working, and it's because of the lyric.
Yeah, and the message of the song too. I mean, death, it's funny, not so much, but it can be fun. It can still be a celebration.
Yeah.
If you actually did something meaningful with your life.
Yeah.
And I read that in the song too, is more of a tribute. That all these people stopped their day and created, the focus now is this thing. And for this thing, this is what this day is about. And I read that, and I was like, I'm going to pick it. And then ultimately, I picked it to be the overall winner, just because I thought, of all the 6, we kind of have 6 sessions, and then they go up, they battle at each other at the end.
How long? So you get an email back saying, "Hey, this is pretty good. You are
like a finalist,
semi-finalist, or is this whole finalist, vice president?"
I don't think I got an email. I think so. I submitted it in September, and then I think in October, Shane gave me a call.
I called the winners.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah,
personal touch.
And he said,
"Did it say spam risk on your phone?"
No, it actually, I think it said.
Let's start a band called.
Well,
Spam
I still have a 323 number.
Me too.
So
we earned it.
Usually everybody goes, I don't know this fool, and then I go, hey, this is the head of contest, got some good news, share with you, and it's 5 seconds back. It's like, hey, what's up?
Yeah. And I think that's probably what happened. And he just said, you're the November-December winner, and I was like, wow,
yeah. So he actually won the last session, and then we had to pick. So he kind of got bam. It was like, you won this, and by the way, you're gonna win the whole thing, and you're gonna do a co-write with Chris Daughtry.
Yeah.
So
and so take us. So then that happened.
Yeah.
And how familiar were you with Chris Daughtry and his career, music, and all that stuff?
I'd say fairly familiar. I remember growing up watching his season on American Idol.
It's funny. So he was a contest winner, and you're a contest winner.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. You know,
Yeah.
I remember watching him do that, and you know, I think Chris, when he came out with his first record, it was like the highest selling rock debut album of like all time. I mean,
big deal.
Yeah, like a huge deal, and he's just gone on to have this really awesome career.
And he was one of the first that everybody went, all right, well, that guy's legit. You know, like you picture like the guy with the beard at home with his, you know, Fairport Convention T-shirt. I don't know. That's not a good example. Bachman Turner Overdrive. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Being like, oh, look at it, you know. And they're like, oh, that guy's pretty good. Yeah, he's all right. I would. So he was sort of the first, the legit kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. And when I saw, I guess, that he would be the co-write, it was I was kind of taken aback a little bit, just because obviously Chris is very, you know, he's a rock artist, and
Yeah, what is your style more so?
Definitely more singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
Sort of leaning into a little bit of country, but I love telling stories.
Yeah.
So I think
Springsteen is singer-song. I mean, what would you? He's singer-songwriter, but I guess
we have
because
the same birthday, Springsteen and I.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can we get him on the next show?
He's available.
Yeah, I guess because of the E Street Band, it's and his like ridiculous shows, it became more. But you know, Tunnel of Love album, I think, is one of the best singer-songwriter albums. So, and how has your life? And I'm not setting up for like, oh, everything's completely different now, and it's great, and I have fur coats, and I ditched my wife for a supermodel.
Right.
That's just my fantasy.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's changed? Right? Do you have any like? Do you have like a little more? In my career, when things started to happen, that people that don't know anything about music go, oh, well, he must be good. I always had a tough time with the people, oh, you're a songwriter, whatever, who isn't, or open mic night, and what do you do for a living? Do you have a little more respect from your peers and maybe even yourself in a way? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't necessarily speak for my peers necessarily, but there's certainly well, you know, there's certainly a validation that I felt, you know, and then to get into the room, well, to win the contest in the way that I did, and with just what American Songwriter is, and in the songwriting community, it was very it was humbling. It was incredibly humbling, and then to get in there with Chris, and we wrote a song that we both really loved, and so I guess to answer your question, I don't think my life has changed drastically, but there is like a kind of the base level of like self-respect has risen.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean that's the
like,
way I felt like better about myself, because I was down on myself, and also like think of how many people have heard that Long Line of Cars song and or read the lyrics. You know, American Songwriter is in like every studio around the country. Right. So that stuff's pretty cool.
I mean, it's crazy. It's so crazy. You know, I'm really grateful for Shane picking the song. I mean, I'm glad he's my buddy now. Chris is my buddy now. So
I want to be buddies with Shane too.
He's a good guy.
Can I do a response? You know how they used to have, remember Roxanne? No, it was like a rap song, and then somebody like responds to that rap song. I wanted to, can I have like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is up with this? Like that would be the other angle of the long line of cars, the guy that's trying to get to work. Right? Is that okay?
Mason Caviness.
There's a long line of cars rolling down Main Street in barely a town down in New Mexico. The hazard lights flashing, making a scene. A sober parade through the dust and the weeds. The radios are down, the reverence is cutting through the silence in ways that you can't see. No one's a stranger, all family and friends, each taking a drive down their own memories. We're born and we grow and we live and we die. But what is success when you measure life? It ain't status or money at the end of the road. It's the long line of cars bringing you home.
back to the house for swapping old stories, a toast to the glories with beer and sweet tea. We're all crying and laughing over brisket and beans, food for the soul if you know what I mean. We're born and we grow and we live and we die. What is success when you measure a life? It ain't status or money at the end of the road. It's the long line of cars bringing you home. There's a long line of cars waving goodbye, all headed back to the places they're from. They carry you with them, the old and the young. You live on in them, yeah, the story's not done. We're born and we grow and we live and we die. But what is success when you measure life? It ain't status or money at the end of the road. It's the long line of cars bringing you home. It's the long line of cars bringing you home.
Yeah, go for it.
You know, and
The
then
response.
you can shoot one back.
Just
to keep it going.
That sounds great.
All right,
Let's do it.
I'll just call it Jesus Christ. What the fuck is going on here?
There we go. It sounds like a hit.
Yeah,
Sounds like
let's
a
do
hit.
it. All right, I gotta go.